Josh Gibcus not far away, folks, as we look at the round 17 fitness report. Some pretty good news coming through in this one, it must be said. Sam Lawler, hamstring available. They obviously wanted to take a bit more extra care with him and not play him at all last week and give him another training block. So Sam passed all of his tests last week, but we made the decision that the best thing for him going forward for his long-term career was to get a few more football exposure before we throw him back into AFL football. So he did some extra sessions last week and he will be out there for senior selection. Very timely to get him back in. We've said this before, but it's fascinating that we're already saying how much we miss or need Sam Lawler in our first year, just because of how skillful he is when he has the ball in his hand. He makes things happen. So he will be a very welcomed addition back into the senior lineup. Josh Gibcus, ACL test. So Gibbo's got to get through one more training session tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. I'm trying to remember when I'm recording. On Wednesday, the training session will be a light training session, and to say that after that, if he gets through it, he will play his first game of footy in a long time. It's amazing news, isn't it? I know he's got that one session to go on Wednesday, albeit a lighter session, but as we've sort of seen through all the various reports, he's been doing a power of work the last few months, and they've obviously said they've held him back for a bit longer just because of the traumatic nature of what he's gone through on that leg. And I'm super pumped for him. Again, he'll probably be a little bit like Taj, how he plays a half and then works his way up from there. But just to get him back out there is a massive achievement for him, because there was a lot of people saying that they didn't see him playing footy again this year. So I'm really pumped for him, and I can't wait to see what he gets to do on the weekend, assuming that he gets through that last test. Jayden short calf test. Similar to Gibson. Oh, how good am I going? Josh Gibcus. He's got to get through tomorrow's session, probably a smaller session than he had to go through last couple of weeks, and hopefully we see him out there this week as well. So I guess the question for Shorty becomes, if he passes the test tomorrow, will he be looking at AFL or VFL football? Because it feels like it's been about 6 or 7 weeks now, possibly, where he hasn't been able to do a lot of stuff during that time either. And obviously his half-back position's kind of been filled by Banks and doing a really good job. So I actually don't think, and we've spoken about it before, I don't think there's room in the backline for him. So I'm just sort of wondering that if we do have to play him in a different role, are we happy to just roll that out into the AFL straight away, or do you want to see him try it at the VFL first? Look, given some of the outs we've got this week, I'm almost inclined to put him in the AFL from an experience standpoint, because our forward line could be super immature as in age. They're not going to have a lot of experience. Inexperience would have been more the word, not immature. And I think Shorty can add a bit of experience and a bit of leadership there, which we're going to desperately need. So on that ground, I actually wouldn't be against him playing. Normal circumstances, I'd probably say VFL, but I think we're kind of entering circumstances that are a little bit outside of the norm that may dictate that he should play AFL in the forward half of the ground. Harry Armstrong, hamstring 1 week. Harry's tracking well. Serpil said he passed all of his fitness tests, and repeated scans show that his hamstring had healed probably better than they thought, which is obviously amazing. Unfortunately, an unrelated medical condition is probably going to rule him out for another week. So not too sure what that is, but hopefully Harry's going well. And it seems like we're likely to now see him out there against Essendon. I assume at VFL level, but again, given our forward line issues, maybe that gets bypassed out of necessity. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how that plays out. Campbell Gray, 1 to 2 weeks with the knee. Campbell doing really well and is training really well, and we're happy to bring his return to play date forward. He'll only miss one more game and we'll go through a test next week, and he's going to hopefully play in the Essendon week as well, which is awesome. Really good to see Campbell getting back onto the park, because he was doing pretty well up until he went down. Josh Smiley, conditioning 1 to 3 weeks. Smiley's going okay, Serpil said. That doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. He was a bit sick at the back end of last week, and that's kind of stalled his progress a little bit. So once he gets back into training, we'll give you a little bit more of an update on where he's progressing from there. Look, I have seen a few comments around this sort of hinting or alluding to that it's a bit of a smokescreen, or I don't know. But I can assure you there's a lot of sickness going around. My household was struck down for almost 10 to 12 days. And the doctors told us there's about 4 different things getting around at the moment. So that truthfully doesn't surprise me that at least one of our players has come down with something. So I will most definitely take that as per what Serpil has said. And then we'll hopefully see some some conditioning updates about Smiley in next week. Kay McAuliffe, quad 2 to 3 weeks. He's tracking well, so they've brought forward his return to play date and expecting to miss another 2 to 3 games and see him out there playing pretty soon. Be good to get him back out there, won't he? I mean, he was doing so well up until that point in time. Thompson Dow, 3 to 6 weeks with the patella. Apparently, Dowie's not going all that well, so they started some overground work with him this week, and he didn't really respond well. So they're going to have to reassess, go back to the drawing board and assess it all again. But they can't really put a time frame on him coming back any sooner. So yeah, he's kind of going to be a wait and see. McKelty Lafau obviously hurt his calf in the game last week, 4 to 6 weeks, which is super disappointing for him. Serple said, sadly for McKelty, he sustained a calf injury in the second quarter and was subbed out. Oh, should I say the word? I'm reading and I said it. Jesus. He had scans conducted yesterday, and we're probably looking at 4 to 6 games he's going to miss out. So, yeah, that's... Look, he might get a few more games at the end of the year, hopefully. But yeah, that's a bit shit news. Liam Fawcett, 6 to 8 weeks for the foot. So we'd heard reports that Fawcett had picked up a foot complaint, but we didn't know what it was, and it turns out it's a syndesmosis, which we all know is a shithouse injury to get because it's so prolonged. So he copped it in training last week, and they can be so innocuous. So that's not great for Fawcett, especially after re-signing as well. He's already had surgery during the week, and we can expect to see him out there at the end of the year. Samson Ryan foot, TBC. Plantar fasciitis can be, a real different beast, so we've got nothing on that. And Kalina and Juddy Clark have both undergone surgery, and reportedly surgery went well, but obviously that is the end of the season for both of those two gentlemen. So that's the fitness report for this week. Lawler back in. Gibcus, hopefully VFL. Jayden Short, hopefully some form of football. And then Harry Armstrong the week after, and we'll roll on from there. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below. In particular about Jayden Short, I'm keen to hear all your views there. Would you play him AFL or VFL? Do our circumstances now dictate he has to play AFL instead? Keen to get all your thoughts. Let us know what you think. And until the next one, go Tigers.